going on, everybody? I'm Jabby Kawai, joined by Achara Kirk.
What's up?
And we've got the Rebel Moon pitch meeting here in front of us on time. This did not come out 4 weeks ago. This came out yesterday. Just kidding. I don't even know when you're watching this. Maybe you watch this 4 weeks from now. What is 4 weeks? Time is irrelevant on YouTube.
Oh, correct. Yes.
You could be watching a video from 5 years ago. Anyway, how's it going? We've got the pitch meeting for Rebel Moon, Part 1. The child's on fire. The child plays with matches. Pyromaniac child.
So, you have a movie for me? Yes, sir, I do. You know it, sir. Amazing. No, I mean, you know it, sir. This movie's mostly comprised of scenes from popular movies you're definitely familiar with. Oh, well, if those movies are popular, that should translate into this one being popular as well. If my calculations are correct, that's exactly right. Sick. So we're gonna start the movie with some big old lady space parts. What was that? And a big ship flies through the lady parts. Traveling through space privates is tight. And there are some bad guys heading to this moon called Velt, where the main character, Cora, is doing some slow-mo farming. The farming is slow-mo? Yeah, everything's slow-mo, sir. That's the secret to making movies feature-length. What about, like, story or character development? No, it's the slow-mo. That's how you get the runtime. Oh, good to know. So anyway, this big bad guy, Admiral Noble, goes up to the leader of this farming village and does a slightly altered version of that opening scene from Inglourious Bastards. Great scene. Great scene. Yeah, he's got a Nazi uniform and everything. Why disguise it? It's good as is. And he says he's gonna force this whole town to grow him a bunch of grain so he can feed his troops. This big bad guy's doing crop negotiations? Yeah, okay, and then he leaves a bunch of soldiers behind to oversee this whole thing. Okay. But then these soldiers are about to take advantage of this local girl, so Cora reveals she's secretly been a badass this whole time and kills them all. Oh boy. Yeah, and there's this robot that was with the bad guys, but he helps her out, and he's actually a good robot now, and he's got an amazing voice. Interesting. I want to hear more about this robot. Well, too bad. He runs away. He doesn't return till the end.
So glad he said that. I knew that joke was coming. Because it's like, I know, having watched Ryan George so many times, I'm like, he's got to talk about that. He's got to talk about the fact that the most interesting character in the movie disappears for most of the movie.
The whole town is like, oh, very cool. Cora's good at punching. Sure sounds that way. So she's like, well, the only way to stop this bad guy and his giant planet-destroying ship is for me to go recruit a couple of reluctant warriors. That makes sense. It does, yeah. So her and this guy Gunner go do an alternate version of the cantina scene from A New Hope. Great scene. Great scene. And they meet an alternate version of Han Solo named Kai, who's gonna help them out for money. Star Wars is a great movie. I'm glad we're doing it again. Yeah. So then what do? Well, this guy takes them on an alternate Millennium Falcon to go recruit their first warrior dude, Tarek. Oh, yeah? Yeah, but he's currently a slave, so the slave owner is like, I tell you what, if he can tame this wild beast, you can have him, but if he can't, I get to keep you as slaves. Why would they agree to that? So they agree to that. All right. Yeah, because see, they were told that this guy is a beast tamer, so they, risk everything on that. Well, okay then. So then this guy's gonna do an alternate version of that hippogriff scene from Harry Potter. Great scene. Great scene, and then Buckbeak kills the slave owner and they take off. Very exciting. So on the next planet, they meet this other warrior, Nemesis, who has an alternate version of lightsabers. Great weapons. Great weapons. And so then she kills this big spider lady and they all take off to the next planet. Wait, did they even ask her to join? I mean, probably off screen or something, I don't know. All right, so then they go recruit the next person. So just to be sure, this is like a montage you're describing, right? Oh, no. This is the movie. Are you sure? Because this just sounds like that one scene in every heist movie where they like get the team together. Right. Yeah, but with slow motion, we will meet our runtime target. Okay.
I felt exactly that. I'm sure many people felt exactly that.
Yeah.
But apparently this is based loosely on Seven Samurai, Akira Kurosawa, which is like, the movie's like 4 hours long or something absurd. It's like a very, very long Akira Kurosawa film, which involves extensively recruiting people. I haven't finished Seven Samurai. I know, I'm bad as a film aficionado.
I've never seen it.
Connoisseur, film cooker. Somebody who watches movies. Seven Samurai is a movie you should have watched. I have watched Hidden Fortress, but I haven't finished.
Which one is the one that Star Wars is based on?
Hidden Fortress.
Okay.
And so I have watched that one, and it's great. But I didn't finish Seven Samurai. I need to still.
It's 4 hours long. That's 2 movies.
I think it's 4 hours long, and it's in black and white. And so it's really good. Anyway,
give up now.
My point in bringing that up is like, I get it. However, Akira Kurosawa, Zack Snyder is not. Zack Snyder is Zack Snyder.
Yes, and he loves slow-mo.
Yes, he does.
I kind of said that in slow-mo.
Yeah.
They go see this General Titus guy who is dirty, but then showers and joins them. So is it going to be like fun banter between all the members of this growing team? No. Oh. Yeah, no, once you're on the team, you stand quietly in the background as others are recruited. Gotcha. So next they go recruit this guy, Darian Bloodaxe, and he has a sister, and they both run a rebellion or something. So he joins? He joins, and he brings a couple of people with him, and now it's time for the final fight. Wait, do we like learn stuff about people? Oh,
no.
Yeah, we'll see at a certain point, Cora's gonna tell her entire story to Gunnar. See, it turns out she was like raised by the space Nazis, and she was one of their top people, but now she's good. She's not in them, with them anymore. What inspires her to share that? Well, she tells him, I am telling you this so that you know my story. Subtle. So then that Kai guy is like, hey, you silent people who have each individually displayed one skill have inspired me to become good. Oh, nice. Yeah, but then turns out he's not good, he's bad, and he betrays them and sells them out to the Empire or whatever alternate name I come up with. Oh no! So the bad guys trap the good guys in these mechanism things, and Kai tells Gunnar to paralyze Cora. What do you mean? Well, there's like this little gun thing, right? And if you put it in a hole, it shoots right into the person's neck. Well, it's gonna be tough for him to get out of that situation if they're all surrounded by bad guys. Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Oh, really? Yeah, because see, another thing about this mechanism is that if you turn this gun the opposite way, it releases the prisoner, and then you could kind of use it as a weapon, so he frees Cora and kills Kai. Why would they design that thing that way? So then one by one, they free all the good guys and get into a big fight. Are they surrounded by bad guys with guns pointing at them? Yeah, but see, none of them can aim because they're kind of like alternate stormtroopers, I guess. Great bad guys. Great bad guys. And then there's this big old fight, and freaking Darian, he dies. Oh no, Darren! Which one? Who was that? One of them. Oh no! And then Cora gets into a big fight with Noble and manages to kill him. Well, good for her. Except the bad guys bring him back to life, so he's gonna be back for part 2. Don't you worry about that. That's a good cliffhanger. Are they gonna be able to defeat this guy they've killed once already? So then all the good guys go back to that moon, and that robot has antlers now. Cool. And so that's it for part 1. What do you think? Well, it sounds like some content for sure. I just wonder if there's a way to capitalize on this a bit more. Well, this is gonna be Zack Snyder, and you know what his fans like. Snyder cuts. Yeah, let's purposefully release a non-Snyder cut first. Very sneaky, I love it. Let's hack this version to bits. Hi everybody, Ryan George here. Thank you for watching that pitch meeting. I hope you enjoyed it. And listen, I want to be transparent with you, all right?
Stupid. He hit all the points. He hit every single point that I felt along the way. He obviously didn't comment on the fight scenes and how silly those looked because that's not really his forte, but the fight scenes looked bad to me. You know, with the spider one in particular, the spider lady one in particular. It's been a minute since I watched Rebel Moon. And so watching this, I'm like, yeah, it's every bit as bad as I remember.
Well, it felt very derivative.
Yes.
Didn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just interesting because even removed, like sometimes you reflect on things later on, you're like, maybe it wasn't that bad. And then he's going over all these things. I'm like, no, I wouldn't watch this again.
Well, yeah, I mean, anytime you're doing a sort of like team building thing, like just off the top of my head, I'm thinking, you know, like Guardians of the Galaxy or something like that. It's like you want to care about the people on the team. You want to get to know them and you want to watch them kind of have banter and, you know, gel and become a team. You don't necessarily want to watch an entire feature-length movie that is a montage of them getting together and like not really knowing who the characters are or caring who they are.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah.
Why would you want to care about the characters?
Yeah.
You just montage is, you know, that's overrated.
You just want to see slow-mo.
Just slow-mo.
That's what you want to see, right?
Characters that look cool moving slowly as they do things.
Yes. So, I mean, it kind of is Zack Snyder in a way. Like, I feel like when you go into a Zack Snyder movie, you're expecting a lot of slow motion. But at this point, it's like kind of funny.
Here's the thing though. When he did 300, he was doing more ramping, right? So he would go slow-mo, regular, and it was like, it felt like there was like a rhythm, a staccato, like not staccato, but I guess staccato. It's like, there's just a rhythm to the whole thing, right? It goes back and forth, oscillating between quick and slow. And so it didn't feel as pervasive with the slow motion, you know what I mean? Whereas like as time has gone on, he's like, let's not ramp, let's stay slow. and let's do slow longer, and then longer, and longer, and then it's the whole movie, and I'm like, yo, this scene could have been 10 seconds, and you made it 5 minutes. With all of this ridiculous, like, if everything is emphasized, nothing is emphasized.
True.
You know?
True. And like, I did like 300. I know you didn't like it, but I remember when it came out, I was just like, wow, I'd never seen anything like this before. But the fact is, like, at this point, we have seen that over and over again, and particularly from Zack Snyder. And so it's like, all right, maybe someone needs to tell him, like, hey, Zack, maybe you need to, like, not do as much slow-mo. Just speed it up a little.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to see him do a movie without a single slow motion shot. That'd be great.
Right? That's a challenge.
That would be a challenge. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, that was
funny.
That was an experience.
The whole I was gonna say the V word, the lady bits part in the beginning really got me because it does look like that.
Maybe that was on purpose.
Yeah, maybe it's like some sort of symbolic meaning. I don't know. It's deep.
It's about a lady coming into her own.
Coming into her own, is it? Okay. Sorry.